GPS is something you probably use every day and take for granted. If you open up your phone to get directions somewhere, or you want to check the weather, or you just want to tag something on Facebook, your phone is probably using GPS. But what is that and who actually owns it?
This is an AdCoach production. Subscribe and visit adcoach.co for more content.
So GPS, or the Global Positioning System, is a set of tools on your phone that allows you to do things that involve location. So think about driving somewhere. You need to know where you are right now and where you need to go and the best way to get there. You need location data. If you want to check the weather, you want to know the weather on where you are right now, not where you were, so you need location data. Or you want to tag something on Facebook or Instagram. Your phone needs to know where you are so it can tag that photo. So this is a pretty powerful set of information, but outside of those apps, who else wants to use them? Well, if you could have guessed by this channel, advertisers. Advertisers love location data. If you're in a Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts might want to serve you an ad. Or Starbucks might want to serve you an ad with a coupon, or a special, or a new drink. Knowing where you are so you can get messages in real time is extremely powerful. And not just that, maybe where you were before. Were you at a football game this weekend? If so, you might be interested in going to another football game. So I might want to message you with an ad relevant to that. So obviously a pretty valuable set of information, but what is GPS? Where does this come from? Well, GPS is made up of a group of satellites. There are 24 total, and they circle the Earth on a regular basis. And if any three know your location, they can figure out where you are on Earth down to within a couple of meters. That's because the satellites know how far they are from Earth, and they know how far they are from the other satellites. So if 3 satellites can pinpoint your location, they can triangulate you. So how can your smartphone access a group of 24 satellites, and why don't you pay for it? Well, the short answer to that is simple. The longer answer is a little bit more interesting. So the short answer is that the US government owns GPS. The answer for why you can use it for free is a little bit more interesting. So this story begins back in the 1970s. At the time, the US military was looking for a better way to keep track of their troop movements around the world. They developed a satellite system that was able to pinpoint where on Earth all of their troops were. Now fast forward to 1983, there was a Korean air flight traveling from New York City to Seoul, and unfortunately, it veered off course into Soviet airspace. The Soviets thought it was a US bomber, and they shot it down. 269 people died on that flight. At the time, then US President Ronald Reagan knew about GPS and knew that it was a functioning system. He also knew that if that plane had GPS, it would have known where it was and wouldn't have veered off course, and all those lives would have been saved. That was a catalyst for Reagan declassifying GPS. And not just declassifying it, but making it available for public consumption. He made it available for free for commercial and private use. That's why your phones can use that GPS. And now advertisers and apps said, well, if we can use it for directions, what else can we use it for? So that brings up an interesting question. Okay, it's a military project, a US government-controlled entity. Are there alternatives? Again, short answer and long answer. From a commercial standpoint, the short answer is no, there really isn't. The longer answer is that, yeah, there are actually other alternatives. Outside of the US, Russia, China, and India all have their own GPS systems. That's because while the US makes it available for commercial purposes, they don't make it available for military purposes. If you take a device and go over 60,000 feet in the air, GPS won't work, which is higher than most commercial flights fly. If you strap it on a rocket, and that rocket goes over 1,000 kilometers per hour, again, GPS will stop working. There are probably other safeguards in there, but those are the ones that are publicly known. So, that's kind of the short answer of who owns GPS and why you can use this really powerful multi-billion-dollar military technology to let people know where the best bomb is.
If you like this content and want more of it, subscribe to the channel. And if you want full-length educational content on digital advertising courses, visit adcoach.co. That's adcoach.co.